back. You're watching CNBC TV 18 Overdrive Awards, the jury round. We're here at the Buddh International Circuit. Let's talk about power on two wheels. From the iconic Harley to the rugged KTM Duke to Korean power Hillsong style. We've got it all for you. Take a look.
I wish Honda had launched the CBR 150R a couple of years back. Back then, they would have really eaten into the R15's share. But yeah, as of now, I think it's a great product. It's got a really good chassis that shows its true potential on a racetrack.
It has the chassis, the design, the ergonomics, the seating position, and all of that makes it obviously a very race-oriented machine. But I think on the negatives, I found it lacking in power, and probably for a circuit like this, it probably didn't suit the kind of power band that you would require.
I'm very happy with the handling because comparing some other 150cc bikes, and that contact level, tire grip, handling, and the looks, everything is very nice.
For the performance that you get, I think it's a very expensive motorcycle. I think if this is the kit that you're going to give me and this is the amount of performance I'm going to get from a motorcycle, given the R15 is in the same price bracket, the KTM Duke 200 is just above that price bracket, I think the performance needed to be more or the kit needed to be more. But as is now, it's a weak value proposition and the performance is in the same weak end of the market. If you've seen Overdrive this year, you know that we are fans of the Duke 200 for the simplest of reasons. Nobody has ever thought of a street bike as anything but a versatile product. KTM comes to the market and says, look, street bikes don't have to be versatile. Street bikes can be very good in the city and so on the highway, and that's a proposition that might just work. And that's, I think, what the KTM Duke achieves. Some say it's undergeared, so on the highway when you're trying to hold high speeds, the revs are really high and it's quite stressful. Yes, that's true. But the same undergearing makes it an absolute hoot to ride in the city. And I think that's what the KTM goes for. It's a really manic, angry motorcycle that wants to be ridden really hard, and it responds to being ridden that kind of hard.
From an engineering, from a ride quality, from the engine standpoint, the handling characteristics, all of them I think stand out on the KTM 200. Probably a tad uncomfortable with the position in terms of the legs and especially for a taller rider, but I think it's still it's a great machine.
The handling, especially that handling and tire gripping, everything is very nice. We can ride very easily traffic also, we can ride track also, and we can enjoy with that bike on the Sunday's time also.
Yeah, it's for the distinguished rider who has some experience of riding a fast motorcycle. It's got some really good performance numbers, and the tires are just brilliant. I've always loved the tires on the Duke. They really allow you to corner as hard as possible, give you a lot of confidence. The brakes are excellent and the engine is just brilliant.
With the 200 NS, I think Bajaj has finally shown what they're capable of in terms of engineering. The reason for that is that they developed that and the Duke 200 platform together, and the Pulsar has gained lots of ability from that. But what I really like about the motorcycle is that it's still a simple, easy motorcycle to ride when you're not in the mood to push it. But now, the 200 NS has the capability to go really fast even at a racetrack, if the mood were to take you. And I think that's a big change for the Pulsar brand, because they've always been good sporty motorcycles on the road, but so far Pulsars have tended not to work at the 10/10 level when you're out on the racetrack, really trying to extract every bit of performance. That's when the Pulsars have faltered a little bit. And the 200 NS just wipes that slate clean.
The Pulsar was actually a nice surprise. I had not ridden it before, so I think I really enjoyed riding that bike, and I think from a value standpoint, I think it had a lot of potential.
Its engine is based on the Duke, that's why it offers some really good performance, and the fuel efficiency is better than the Duke, which is a huge plus point for those looking for performance and efficiency.
The Pulsar 200 NS is definitely one of the best examples of what the evolution of a species should be like. It has definitely moved the game forward for the legacy of the Pulsar. Now it's a better engineered package overall, and all of these learnings that have come from KTM have helped the Pulsar become a far more comprehensive motorcycle than ever before.
It's the best Pulsar they've made, and I think the price at which it comes, it's just a killer motorcycle.
The GT250R was sold years back in the country in the form of the Comet. Back then it was a naked, now it comes in as a full paired motorcycle. Now people in the country have an obsession with full pairings, and that's one of the selling points that the Hyosung has.
Looks can be deceiving. So the Hyosung was, it looks bigger than it is. It's got all the right fairings, it's got the right position, but I just think the machine itself is way underpowered. It wants to make a lot of noise. It looks like it wants to go fast, but it just isn't anywhere close to the potential that it could be at based on what you can call looks.
250cc, we don't need that much big bodies at all, and that front shock fork also getting very heavy vibration, because when we are going the maximum speed, our hands, fingers, everything getting vibration, and I think we can't road a very long distance, because that bike will give a very heavy body pain also.
The price of the Hyosung GT250R is actually quite okay, and the numbers really match what is available in the segment. But when you start riding it out on the road, then you realize that, you know, the riding experience is a couple of notches below what you'd get for the same money from something that competes with it. The other part of this is that BSK, the guys who bring Hyosung to India now, they've announced that they're setting up a plant, and that next year the price of this motorcycle is expected to drop almost to half. In knowing that, would you really go out and buy a GT250R today? I'm not so sure. The Super Glide Custom is one of the motorcycles that Harley Davidson recently put into CKD production, and because the price has dropped, I think it's become a very, very attractive Harley Davidson to buy. It's a reasonable price for a large looking, spectacular looking Harley, and that's before you begin to customize it. What I really like about the motorcycle is that it's an easy Harley Davidson to ride out on the highway at reasonable speed, down, you know, the boulevard, having everybody look at you at 30 kph. Whatever it is that takes your fancy about that Harley Davidson, that motorcycle can pull that job off. Is it the best Harley Davidson in their range in that price? I don't think so. I think there are better Harley Davidsons you can buy with that money, but the Super Glide Custom will definitely appeal to a lot of customers.
Well, those were the bikes after the break, contenders for Scooter of the Year. Stay on with us.